What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Foreign Insight Podcast with your host, Maddox, man. And today we have a troublesome story that led to another black man's death. There's a saying going around saying, believe all women, believe all women, believe all women. They don't believe black women. They don't believe us. Black women, not saying all, once again, but deceptive black women, deceiving black women has mastered the art of manipulation. They have mastered it. They have shamed people. If you questioned a black woman, they'll shame you for it. So that by itself will encourage other women to lie and hide under the cloak of you can't question me, or else you must not like black women, or you must hate your black mother. And a lot of people fall victim to that claim. This story right here is bad. It's troublesome. A lady lied on a young man and called the cops on him, and led to him injuring himself, which ultimately led to his demise. Let's take a look.
Well, police say the woman who made the 911 call that ultimately led to the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter was not telling the truth. We first let you hear that call yesterday at noon, and that caller has since been arrested. Atlanta News 1st Sarah Hammond is live at the Fulton County Jail with what we know about this. Sarah, fill us in here.
Well, 31-year-old Demetria Spence waived her first appearance here at the Fulton County Jail just a little while ago. Her bond was set for $7,500. She would not be able to go back to the scene of the crime, speak to any witnesses, and she also would not be allowed to have any weapons. Now, again, she is accused of making a...
Rewind that for a second.
Spence waived her first appearance here at the Fulton County Jail just a little while ago. Her bond was set for $7,500. She would not be able to go back to the scene of the crime, speak to any witnesses, and she also would not be allowed to have any weapons. Now, again, she is accused of making a false 911 call. Here's how that all unfolded. March 28th, a woman calls 911 telling dispatchers shots were fired at a home on William Nye Drive in Atlanta, and she saw some kind of domestic dispute.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like.
Atlanta police responded and...
Y'all don't understand how much this ish makes my blood boil. So we got a woman that made a lie up and made up a whole story on the phone call, you can hear it, that put that man's life in jeopardy, which caused him to be unalived. She should be charged with second-degree murder or something. Let me make sure I'm hearing correctly, man.
Shots were fired at a home on William Nye Drive in Atlanta, and she saw some kind of domestic dispute.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. This girl doesn't have on any clothes.
She said it was a domestic dispute going on. The girl is basically naked.
They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl.
They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl.
He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like.
Atlanta police responded.
They was fighting over drugs. She made this whole ish up. What are we talking about? This lady made a whole script up because she's wicked and conniving. This spirit lives in ratchet bitches. I don't care who get upset, man. If y'all get more offended that I call her B than her actions that led to a black man's death, you are the problem.
And said they saw no evidence of what the woman on the phone described. But they did say that once they arrived, Kenneth Bailey, better known as rapper Young Scooter, ran out of the back of the house and severely injured his leg. The medical examiner said Bailey lost a lot of blood from the injury and died at the hospital.
It appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injury to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
Now, less than a week later, police say they've arrested 31-year-old Demetrius Spence, the woman who called 911.
Yo. Bring that ass here. Bring that ass here. How many times I told y'all these hair wigs and weaves should be investigated? These things act as brainwashing mechanisms or devices. Look at her head compared to the other picture that I'm going to post up. Look at her head. This how they look under the wig/weaves. This is mental health. She's like an innocent turtle.
Transmitting a false public alarm. She was booked at the Fulton County Jail. In a statement, Bailey's family says they are still waiting on more information surrounding his death and say they are devastated. Atlanta police reiterated that they never fired their weapons and Bailey's death was ruled an accident. Live at the Fulton County Jail, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First. All right.
So, people out there, what y'all think would be a reasonable or the appropriate charge for this lady? First degree, second degree, like no time, because I think she should get second degree. Some can argue first degree. I ain't going that far. So once again, believe all women, believe all women. There's so much of these cases going on when black men are losing their lives. And they get mad at me because I call out the BS that a lot of black women do and put men in harm's way because of their emotions, and everybody's quiet. You're quiet about it because it's a woman. Fellas, please be careful of the company you keep. Whether it's men or women, please be careful, man. Please be careful. Because you can end up just like this, man. Think about it, y'all. How many times a woman will call her brother or boyfriend to set guys up to be unalived, or just lie and say, he did something else to me, so therefore I call my brother to save the day. In reality is, the guy did nothing to this girl. The girl was just mad because the guy might have said no or something, or even just cheated on her. She could make up a lie and say this guy was beating on her, hitting on her, and the brother will come, or a simp will come. I'm trying to protect her honor, and go unalive somebody, or they might get unalive, and nothing happens to the woman. Laws got to change, man. Laws have to change. But that being said, man, I'm out of here, man. They got me tight. Later.